Welcome to Conversations with Sloane Ivy. I am Sloane Ivy, and on my show this week, I have the pleasure of interviewing a remarkable young woman. This young woman owns a jewelry company and she has a podcast, and she built all of this off the fact that she had a breakup in her life. A breakup which a lot of us can relate to as a moment that nobody really wants to deal with. You don't want this to come. But when it does, what do? How do you deal with yourself? And she built something for herself and made herself better. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hi guys, so here we are. I have Miss Jamie Batiste with me, and she is the CEO and founder of the Rejected Hearts Club. Thank you so much for being with me today, Jamie.
Absolutely.
So let's dive right in. Let's talk about Rejected Hearts Club. First of all, let's explain the name. How did we get to this name of the company that makes this beautiful jewelry?
Well, I went through an awful breakup probably about 5-6 years ago or so, and I was kind of down in the dumps, and I needed something to get my mind off of what was going on. And one day I was in the shower and I was thinking, what was I going through? A heartbreak, rejected, my heart was rejected, and I'm like, Rejected Hearts Club. That's a name that some people might take a different way, but it's a name that's fitting, and I don't know what it could lead into. And I thought of a name, and there is that.
Wow, well, no, it's definitely a name that stands out at you, Rejected Hearts Club. So you went through a breakup, and instead of sitting around wallowing, a lot of people, breakups hurt everybody.
Absolutely.
So instead of sitting around and just feeling bad about yourself, you really turned that around and empowered yourself.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to do something for myself to make myself even better. So tell me about the jewelry you make.
Oh my goodness. So around that same time, I figured I need something else to do to kind of get my mind off of the breakup. So I went into a random hobby store, and I was thinking, maybe I could make a piece of jewelry. I don't wear jewelry. I've always been a tomboy. And all of a sudden, I made my first necklace, and I started bringing it to work. And the ladies there were thinking, I would buy this from you. In my head, I'm like, why? This is a piece of crap, but okay, whatever. Yeah. And then I started getting better at it, took one class, and then that's kind of when the name and the jewelry kind of tied into everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So I've seen your website, but for the others that haven't, what do you sell on your website?
We sell, now we're diving more into our men's line as well. So it's not just for women. So it's rings, bracelets, leather bracelets for guys, cufflinks for men, necklaces, earrings. What you want, we probably have it.
That's so great. And these are really beautiful, guys. I just became a member of the Rejected Hearts Club.
Thank you.
Okay, Jamie, so tell me about your motto. What is your motto to the Rejected Hearts Club?
It's always a story of threes. Okay. So it's basically the heart you gave away, the heart that was rejected, and the heart that we give back to you. So it comes full circle.
So it comes full circle. So by buying something, you're receiving a heart back.
Exactly.
That is beautiful. Where did you think that up? Where did you get that from?
Just my random ideas in the shower. I just thought it was a great concept. For some reason, I'm a believer of everything comes in threes, and there you go.
Definitely. The best ideas come in the shower.
For
Seriously,
me.
Alone time, you get the best ideas.
And you're clean. And fresh.
It's a double.
Exactly.
That sounds really beautiful. The Rejected Hearts Club has taken you more places than just jewelry.
Oh,
so
my
let's
goodness.
talk about that.
Absolutely.
So what else do you have going on right now?
So, all right, see, we ended up going to New York Fashion Week, and that was huge for the brand. And with that, we started getting more publicity, more interviews, and kind of a back history of myself. I've always been in radio and television, probably since I was 14. So that led me into more blogging to kind of dive into the more relationships and breakups aspect. Yeah. So from that point, now we have a podcast that has spun off of this, and we want to see where that goes.
Okay, and the name of the podcast is
Another Effin Breakup.
Another Effin Breakup. So do you host this by yourself, or do you have a co-host?
So I have a co-host, and we go live every Thursday night, and you can find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Mixler, and all that fun stuff.
That's so great.
It's a platform for breakups, and basically, if you date me, you're just going to have to get used to the fact that I've built brands and off breakups.
You can't break me. That is such a testament.
Exactly.
So in this month is Women's Month. And so what do you have to say about, I know a lot of things, I think this is such your platform of you making jewelry, especially off of a breakup, something that's really supposed to break you and make you feel bad about yourself and go and get yourself back together. And really you just took a stand from that and just elevated yourself to another level. So what do you feel What do you feel empowers women, or what do you feel could empower other women when they are going through these difficult breakups?
Confidence, 100%. It's hard to, sometimes as women, we lose our confidence or we lose ourselves just being in a relationship. And I always say you have to find that balance of keeping your independence, whether you're in a relationship or not. And with RHC, with all the pieces, we make pieces that basically are for the confident person in general, where if you wear it, somehow you're going to get that attention, and it's not negative attention. And with all my brands, it's basically how did you turn a negative into a positive? And that's what I like to give back to the world.
A negative into a positive.
Absolutely.
Great. I love it. Stand in your truth,
You
Jamie.
know.
No, that's perfect. So let's talk about your podcast a little more. So another Effin Breakup. Can you give me just a little summary or a few little snippets of what y'all talk about? So do people call in? Can you call in and talk about your breakups? Do y'all tell about breakups y'all had in the past?
So we haven't dived into my breakups yet, because I feel like mine kind of are the craziest scenes ever that are unbelievable. But our last episode was about, can you maintain a friendship, a healthy friendship with exes, which a lot of people, they go cold turkey and they don't, or people are opposite and you still have a great relationship. Me, the guy that broke my heart where I started a business from, we're still friends, and he's even come over to where me and a current boyfriend in the past, he would come over to our house and have dinner, and it was fine.
Okay.
So it's all about once you reach a point of forgiveness, and that kind of opens your heart to love.
Okay.
I'm a fan of love, not just breakups, but it's just different people, different things. So we go into other people's breakups. Our next episode will be about, do you go into online dating after breakups?
Oh.
That's kind of interesting.
That's so big now in this day and age.
Oh my gosh, and I feel like I'm 80 years old because I've never even done the online. I feel like I'm going to end up in a ditch if I go online. I'm terrified of it.
Seriously. It's just like, so I give all this information to somebody.
Yeah.
And how do I meet you? And how does this go? They don't really know you. And then are you really, with catfish and just everything else in the world, like, are you really this person?
You can be anything you want online.
Yeah. I was like, that just adds another, I know a lot of people think it adds another, like, takes down another wall or barrier you have to go through dating, but I think it adds another one. Like, at least when I met this person, I know it's the real you.
Exactly.
And maybe the stuff you're saying to me is a lie, but
exactly.
I know it's
These
you.
days it's hard to find like true people, and once you do, you keep that and hold on to it.
Exactly. So that's my next question I was supposed to say. How do you view relationships, or how do you view what is a good step? Because a lot of ladies in this day and age see so many articles about women, especially women of color, that we're doing such great things in the career and workforce, but we're having such a tough time finding marriage or finding relationships and getting married. They throw up statistics each week that's supposed to discourage us. But what do you say?
I don't think you should ever be discouraged. I say stay true to yourself always, and the right person will show up at the right time. Timing for me is everything, and also don't waste my time either. That's a huge thing for me. Time is everything in life, but do as much as you can. I'm a fan of being single and independent, but at the same time, once you find that love, cherish it. I love being in relationships, and my relationships usually last about 3 to 4 years, and then maybe they trickle off for unexpected reasons, but that's okay.
We're learning, getting better.
Exactly, but you could weed out the ones that you know should not be in your life, and just pay attention to those signs earlier before later.
So do you think also, backtracking to your past relationship, do you think back then when you were with him or within the relationship that that you didn't have as much confidence as you did after the relationship was over?
I feel like I gave all of me to this one person.
Wow. All of your powers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And prior to being with him, I was a go-getter. I was doing like 5 different things, and then I'm like, well, I'd rather make all this time for this one person instead of still doing radio and everything else. It's like, no, I want to be with this person. Whereas I'm sure he still would have supported me or whatever, but I wanted to be a really good girlfriend, and you still can do that. But at the same time, don't lose yourself because of somebody else. Always have somebody that has your back, and have a backbone. Absolutely.
To do what you need to do regardless.
Exactly.
Regardless.
If you can't handle that, then you don't need to be with me.
How you think, where are other ways? I know there's other things that you do besides your podcast and besides your jewelry, but what are other ways that maybe when you were going through your breakup that helped empower you and give that confidence back?
I think always surrounding yourself around really good people. That's always a great thing, and just kind of getting yourself in the world. It's easy to stay in that zone of where you're just want to be in bed all day, but also exercise helps the mind, body, and soul 100%. And you could catch me running because it helps my mind for sure.
For sure. And you're a marathon runner, right?
Yeah, which is bizarre because I've always been a sprinter. And I don't train for these. I wake up, I'm like 3 hours of sleep, and I'm like, I'm gonna go run today and get some bling, and then
power to
yeah, random. I don't consider myself a runner, but somehow it works out.
Somehow it works out. Yeah. To help you clear your mind and just get those thoughts in order.
Yes.
So do you have any words to say to women that maybe find themselves in a place of that they've recognized they're in a relationship, they've given away so much power, so much of themselves and so much of their time that they don't have time for their other things? What do you say to them to get their power back at this moment?
Wow. I think I've just been a person that's literally just like, you have to do it. Mm-hmm. If you put something in your head, focus, write it down, stay true to yourself, and then just commit.
Just commit.
Yeah, commit to yourself, commit to you.
Okay. So I know I'm going to get a lot of calls and emails about this, but are you dating right now, Jamie?
I am not dating right now.
She's single. She's on the market.
I'm single.
Buy a bracelet and find her.
Yes, buy, subscribe to podcasts, and then maybe we can talk.
Yes. So tell me your names one more time. The Rejected Hearts Club is the name of her company.
Yes.
Podcast
is another Effin Breakup.
Effin, and that's EFFIN.
That's it.
Okay. Another Effin Breakup. And when does that air?
It airs every Thursday at 8:30 Central Standard Time, live.
That's great. So to end this, to close, I do want to ask you one question. We are in Women's Month that's celebrated in March. I want to ask you, if you could define what being a woman means to you, what would you say?
Wow. Powerful.
Powerful.
Absolutely.
Powerful. That's beautifully done. That's all you need.
Yeah,
that's really all you need. Well, thank you so much for being here with me, Jamie.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good. And thank you so much for my
absolutely enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you for watching Conversations with Sloane Ivy. I hope that episode touched you, and you know, if anything ever comes your way, a breakup or any kind of thing that shifts you off the path you thought you were on, you can always build to be better. Enjoy this day and have a conversation with someone today. I'll see you next week.